state.
There's a lot of cops. There's actually more cops out here than protesters. It almost feels like APD and DPS are the protesters. Protesting the First Amendment at least.
The Trump word is going to replace the F word.
I don't know what that nonsense is. Mine is a terrible thing to waste. Trump, F word.
Wow. I never had imagined what the system looked like. I mean, it's literally just like
Nice little protest. Let's see who else joins. The safety squad's not keeping it apart. All these cops are not doing traffic control. Paid by somebody. Yet they're not here protecting the kids. They're here watching the kids to see if they can traffic some kids, see if they can arrest some kids, see if they can beat and tase them. Tear gas.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with life. We will not put up with life.
I literally saw about this morning. I was just driving around.
No justice, no peace, no life in our streets. No justice, no peace, no life in our streets. No justice, no peace, no life in our streets. No justice, no peace, no life in our streets. No justice, no peace, no ice in our streets. No justice, no peace, no ice in our streets. No justice, no peace, no ice in our streets. No justice, no peace. No ice in our streets. No ice in our streets.
That's cool. I said you're number one. Number one. Another photographer. Big lens. Almost to the Texas State Capitol here. Look starting students maybe, some other couple people here, some photographers. It's like some news agencies, other news agencies here, like bigger news agencies, the ones that lie. Straight into the Klan center. Where DPS came. They are right there. On the bicycle. The ones that are right there. Probably 100 cops out here ready to arrest people for the First Amendment. They say they're here to protect kids, but they're obviously here for do mass arrests to violate the Constitution. That's the problem. The organizers are pro-cop. They don't understand what's really going on. They're pro-white supremacists, some of the organizers. They just don't realize.
That's exactly what I've been wanting to yell. Just over. Yell it. Point made. That's all that needs to be said.
Wait.
No, we don't know. Nobody knows what's going on here.
Alright, we're here covering this mostly student Friday. We're here covering this mostly student protest. I think they're mostly older kids. DPS is here doing their thing. DPS is here. You going in? Where are you going? Over there. Kids are over there. What you go wrong? You got 30 kids? You're not kids, young people, adults. But kids are people too. All the rest are people. Do some B-roll. If you see me skipping around, it's probably because I'm doing B-roll. tasty. One lady was on roller skates. Roller skates, and there's a cop that did it right there. That's one that Southern Confederacy, South Carolina. Yeah, see that? DPS is
guns are okay. They're not a flagpole, right?
Telescope down to about 10 inches, so it's within the regulations once it's grant.
Their guns are okay.
But then, of course, the press has we're allowed to have like 2 or 3 foot. We're allowed to have any equipment we want. So it's just these rules aren't law. That's the problem. We start letting these bullies do this work. We can stop telling kids not the bully because the cops are the bullies. Obviously.
The cops are the bullies.
They are
the DPS are the bullies. DPS are
all the bad cops here.
They're all right there.
All the bad cops right there.
They're all bad cops. Bullies. They're bullies.
Yep, it's happened like 3 cases already.
Don't fall down there, Bullock.
Oh.
That's a hilarious video. If you haven't seen it, Google DPS officer 2 weeks ago falling down, chasing a teenager because a woman was wearing roller skates. They wanted to arrest 4 people. They arrested 3 of them down the road. They didn't charge 3 people after they beat them up. So it was a false arrest. Yeah, there's that narco that you want to talk to him. Hey, this guy. I'll be in key. What is this called? I know what it's called. Indian man. That's what it's called. Indian man out of his brain. A says rich and spoiled. Not all these kids are from AHS. Yeah, you got the volume up on the side of the microphone, on the right side. Oh. On the microphone, there's
I think that's right here.
I got an Uzi megaphone. I love the Uzis, by the way. That's my favorite so far. I haven't tried, I haven't owned a pile, is what it is. I've had APD steal my megaphone more than once. One time they held it for 15 months in celebration of the First Amendment, no doubt.
Can everybody hear this voice? Because I don't have a mic, so I'm going to have to use my outside. Well, how close to Louis? Oh, how about this? Good. Are you ready? Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Can y'all hear me okay? Great. Thank you for being here. I'm Representative Lulu Flores, and I have the honor of representing the community of East, South Central, and Southeast Austin at the Capitol in the Texas House. To the students who organized this march, who walked up, who spoke up. Hold on, let me take my sunglasses off because that is not helping. My glasses will help me. Sorry about to you all, the students, and one right next to me who organized, and everybody out here who
Police got
organized
the drones
march,
up in the air.
who walked out, who spoke out, who continued to stay silent. I'm so proud of you. You are showing this entire state that what courage looks like. So thank you. On President's Day, we usually talk about the past, but today, standing here with you, we are talking about the future, your future, and the future of the state of Texas. You are here not because this is an online trend. You are here because the people you love are scared. Because your classmates are worried about their parents. And far too often it's people being stopped, questioned, and detained, not for what they did, but because of how they look or the way they speak. This is not public safety. This is public profiling. This is fear as policy, and it is wrong. You all are here at the Capitol today because you are a witness to the harm in our communities, and you are protesting brutality and inhumanity and immigration enforcement that seizes first and asks questions later. You are protesting tactics that treat human beings like targets. You are protesting a system where people with legal status, even U.S. citizens, are caught up in raids and are shot dead in our streets in broad daylight. This is not justice. This is not who we're supposed to be. Woo! And what has the response been to your outcries of injustice by our state leadership? Threats, investigations, attempts to punish schools, attempts to scare teachers, and attempts to silence you. Who is right? But let me tell you something. When the state tries to intimidate the young people for speaking out against cruelty, it is an indictment on our state and not an indictment of you. Inside the Texas Capitol, I suppose it fuels this intimidation. Bills that force local police to collaborate with federal immigration enforcement. Bills that punish big are creating a human state to the harm that these practices cause. So do not let anyone tell you that you are powerless. Do not let anyone tell you that your voice does not matter. Do not let anyone convince you that cruelty is the same thing as strength. Real strength is what I see here. Students standing together, protecting each other, and demanding that our state lives up to the values, to our values. History is on the side of people who stand up for human dignity. And you're not alone. There are legislators in this building who are fighting for you. There are teachers, parents, and community members who are standing with you. And there are millions of Texans who believe that families belong together and that every child deserves to feel safe. So speaking out, protect one another, peaceful and non-violent.
Drones are up there.
Stand up against injustice, against brutality, against profiling, against families being torn apart. This is not disruption of democracy. This is democracy in action. Judged by their skin color, their accent, or their last name. We are not going to accept the
it's voting. The agenda of one politician is the agenda of one politician is the policy of a system that's sustained by a political duopoly that protects power before people. That's right. Republicans escalate this cruelty openly, while unfortunately we've seen democratic institutions also manage it quietly. These deportations continue, and these detention centers remain funded. The surveillance state grows. The machine continues running because both parties and our system continue to feed it. Authoritarianism does not arrive overnight. It grows when fear is normalized and when entire communities are told they are disposable. From the internment of Japanese Americans to the expansion of mass surveillance after 9/11, history shows us how easily injustice is justified in the name of security. The same political class that cages migrants at the border funds endless wars abroad. The same corporations that profit from detention centers profit from weapons contracts. These struggles are connected. They are rooted in a system that treats human beings as collateral. That is why student walkouts against ICE matter. When young people leave their classrooms to say that injustice will not be normalized, they are participating in a long tradition of moral courage, standing up for their peers in the face of injustice. Students help end segregation. Students challenge the Vietnam War. Students have always been at the forefront of democratic transformation. To every student walking out, organizing, risking criticism, and refusing to be silent, know this: you are not reckless, you are being responsible. You are defending the principle that liberty and justice ought to be for all. Justice is neither red nor blue. Freedom is not partisan. It belongs to us all, and it ought to belong to us all, for it is hollow. The question before us is whether we will continue funding a system that criminalizes hope, or whether we will build a democracy worthy of its name. History is not made on its own. It is made when people refuse to comply with injustice, and this moment calls for a refusal. Thank you.
Next up, we have Ayan Monalina.
All right. Well, thank you all for being here, and thank you for having me. My name is Ayan Moladina. I am a high school student here in Austin. I know right now that it is hard to have hope. It is hard to wake up every day and do this work and show up and think that things will change, because it just seems like things are getting worse and worse. ICE is pulling out of Minnesota big time, but they have just bought 6 new facilities in Texas, all across the state. They are purchasing large human warehouses that they will use as internment camps. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I think we should consider this the civil rights movement of our generation. In 30, 40, 50 years, all of us will look back on this time. It will be written in textbooks, and all of us will know that we showed up and did everything we could to make things better. So we have to keep that going, because think about it, your kids, your grandkids, what are you going to tell them? You have to tell them that you were out there fighting the good fight, even when it's not easy. Things have never been easy. The right things have never been easy. This is hard. This is hard work. This is grueling. My colleagues and I went to Dilley, Texas a few weeks ago, and on the way, we had to stop multiple times because we could just not handle the thought of where we were going. And as we entered the city limits, you could feel what was going on there. You could feel the cruelty in the air. And on the way there, we were nonstop on the phone with members of Congress trying to make sure that children in our Austin area were able to meet with the members of Congress who were there. They were supposed to be able to, but of course, ICE told them that they would not be able to. But we worked hard and we spoke and we spoke and we advocated and a couple days ago, some of the student organizers back here organized a protest outside the Pflugerville ICE facility. And yes, we have one in Pflugerville, and it's designed to be a processing center where folks are held for no more than 48 hours. But of course, there are reports of people being held there for up to a month. And we went there, and it is despicable. You can feel it in the air. You can feel that people are suffering on the inside. So this is happening in our own communities, and we have to keep doing it. But at Pflugerville, when the ICE agents were in front of me, I did not feel like screaming. I did not feel like calling them Nazis. I did not feel like cursing them out. I just felt sorrow. I felt numb. I felt utter sadness. And so I think the way forward is to move with our words and our peaceful actions, because it is hard, as I mentioned, but this is sort of a cliche now, but I still say it all the time. When they go low, we go high. All of you have heard that, and it's true as ever now. Because if we stoop to their level, we're just as bad as them. And we cannot let that happen. They can spray us with tear gas and pepper spray as they did in Dilley, and we will stay peaceful, and we will stand up for our families and our communities, no matter what. The last thing I'll say is that a couple weeks ago, I got to spend several days with the amazing civil rights and workers' rights leader, Dolores Huerta, and she's 95 years old, 95 years young, I should say, and doing incredible things. And I'm gonna do a chant that she leads every time she speaks in front of a crowd. I'm gonna say, "Who's got the power?" You're gonna say, "We got the power." I'm gonna say, "What kind of power?" And you're gonna say, "People power." Got it? Yeah? All right. Who's got the power? What kind of power?
People power!
Who's got the power?
People power!
What kind of power?
People power!
Who's got the power?
We got the power!
What kind of power?
People power!
Thank you.
Next up I have Kate Lincoln Flores. Bienvenidos al Capitolio, a nuestro futuro. Soy la abogada Kate.
My name's Kate Lincoln Goldfinch, and I am an immigration lawyer. And about a week ago, I have a bus called El Bus Sin Fronteras. You may have seen it. We go out into the community and we bring Know Your Rights cards, and we've been going out and supporting you guys, the students who are doing the protest. And I did a video of some students protesting out in Elgin. And I got hundreds of comments on this video. And I want to read you some of the comments. And I'm going to start with the negative ones because I want you to hear what the people are saying about you, and you can feel free to boo loudly. Daniel says, "Oh yeah, how many would be out there on a Saturday or a holiday?" We're right here. Troy says, "Great, our future, spelled A-R-E, would rather fight for something most of them have no say and can't vote for." Ron says, "How about teaching these kids a little reading, writing, and arithmetic as opposed to how to hate your country?" Jim says, "Not even American." Diane says, "If you believe the majority of students walking out can even articulate their reasons beyond saying 'pluck ice' or 'ice out,' you are delusional. Most of these kids are just walking out to get out of class. These kids will not be saving democracy because most of them won't even bother registering to vote when they turn 18. Christina says the future McDonald's worker, future Taco Bell worker, fast food, here they come. Landman says just more minions, faux outrage, ginned up and funded by anti-American leftist billionaires. Okay, I'm over it. I'm not reading anymore. Screw those guys. But let that sit in. These are not strangers from another country. I'm not quite sure I would have had the strength that these kids are showing. It's so easy for the world to dismiss their views, emotions, and actions because they are young. But one day, these kids will be the generation voting for change. So we mothers need to continue to protect them when they protest, even if they're being threatened, fighting for their right to fight. Enrique says, Greg Abbott partner with Turning Point USA to bring their chapters to high schools, but these kids don't want that bullshit. Doug says, me fired up about our future. The generation before them was pretty apathetic, and my generation really had no real problems. Maybe there is a silver lining amongst all of this idiot chaos we are being forced to suffer through. Maybe we are awakening a giant and we will be a better America in the future. Jorge says, our young men and women are the most intelligent, influential, and promising generation that is emerging. Raised in an era when their families are victims to being violently kidnapped, killed, and forced into predatory concentration camps. Don't expect them to take it sitting in a classroom. There are adults who are terrified by your voices, and there are adults who are inspired by them. The difference between these two groups, one sees young people as a threat, the other sees young people as the future. Here's the truth. It's not that they think that you're ignorant, it's that they're afraid that you aren't.
Let's hear it for Neto Longoria!
I'm going to go down here. Cool. ¿Me escuchan? ¿Me escuchan? Okay, es todo. Thank you for coming. Buenas tardes. Today on President's Day, high school students across Texas are doing what too many people in power refuse to do. Publicly y sin miedo. I want to start by saying that I'm very proud of each and every one of you for coming. Proud that you're here, proud that you're speaking out, proud that you're practicing your First Amendment right to free speech. Donald Trump verdaderamente es un racista. Donald Trump no tiene valores ni respeto. Donald Trump es un sinvergüenza, literal. Today, you are standing in solidarity with your neighbors, your classmates, and your families. We are here today because state-sanctioned violence is being carried out in our name and with our tax dollars. We are here today because people have died during ICE operations. We are here to honor Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Lives lost where there should have been care, restraint, and due process. These deaths, they're not accidents. They are the predictable result of policies and harmful rhetoric that dehumanize and treat people like animals. ICE agents, often masked and unidentifiable, are violating the Constitution they swear an oath to protect. No transparency, no accountability, no due process. They have targeted schools, churches, and work sites. ICE para las escuelas, las iglesias, y los lugares de trabajo. Places that are meant to be safe have been turned into places of fear. The children, they carry that fear into the classrooms. Family carry that trauma for years, and parents live with the constant threat of deportation. Esto es violencia del Estado Esto es trauma colectivo que está pasando aquí en Texas. And we have to name the hypocrisy that brought us here today. Immigrants are being criminalized, detained, and deported, while the man who fueled this system is himself a convicted felon facing no real accountability or consequences. Immigrants work, they raise families, they pay taxes, they contribute to our communities. Ellos trabajan, forman familias, pagan impuestos. Meanwhile, Donald Trump paid hush money to silence Stormy Daniels, has long documented associations with Jeffrey Epstein, and has famously avoided paying taxes for years. Yet immigrants, hardworking, people-oriented, family-oriented people are treated as criminals. That is not law and order. Justicia para todos. And here in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott has chosen to escalate the harm, threatening teachers, intimidating school districts, and attempting to turn schools into enforcement zones. Educators should not be punished for protecting students. No deben de estar vigilando las escuelas. When county sheriffs and police departments cooperate with these actions, they are not neutral. Silence and compliance makes them complicit. What you are doing here today matters. You're part of a historic moment. Across this country, there are more protests, more organizing, more civic engagement than we have seen in decades. Elders and previous generations recognize the moment. They see you. We see you. We are so proud of you. Leadership today is not one person or one moment. Leadership is persistence. Leadership is nonviolence. Leadership is organizing, voting, thinking critically, and refusing to be silent. Civil disobedience is not chaos. This is where we draw the line. So here's an invitation to write, to speak, to create, make art, make music, tell your stories, and check in on each other. Movements survive because we stay connected and refuse isolation. And to all the young people here today, you are not too young to lead. You're not too young to testify, advocate, organize, or run for office. Democracy depends on participation, and it depends on you. Esta lucha es constante, pero también es nuestro poder. So connect, support one each other, continue, be brave, be courageous, lift each other up. Each one of you matters. Each one of you has power. Each one of you can make a difference. So thank you for being here. Thank you for speaking out, and chinga la migra.
Let's hear it for Alicia Perez from Duda.
I'm so proud to see so many people out here today. It is important. I'm a little older than you, and I haven't seen this much motion, this much action since the Vietnam War. And I'm glad to see it because we are at war. We are at war with the fascists. We are at war with the people that don't want you to march, that want to punish you for being out here. And there are people we're going to call them out. It's Greg Abbott. It's Dan Patrick. And it's Crooked Ken Paxton. These are the people that only want you out and speaking when you're on their side. But that's not what the United States of America is like. That is not what we do here. The immigration roundup, the massive immigration roundup is no longer about illegal immigration. It is about ethnic cleansing. That's what it's about. They're doing the same thing that they condemn other governments for doing. When we grew up, I knew nothing about Mexican American history because it wasn't taught. I was taught that Robert E. Lee, a traitor to the United States of America, was some great hero. That's what they were teaching us. Not about our culture and our history. Today, the University of Texas, under pressure from Greg Abbott and Dan Patrick and Ken Paxton, want to do away with Mexican American studies. They want to do away with it because they want to keep us all ignorant. That way they can control us. But you know, hell no, we won't. Hell no, we're going to get an education. That's right. Hell no. That's right. We are here because of the injustice that each of you see and that I see with my own eyes. Beating up women, taking children from their homes, having them stand there in the cold so they can catch their dad, having quotas. There is a man named Steve Miller in the White House. Oh, he is evil. He is a reincarnation of Goebbels during the Nazis. And that's exactly what they're trying to impose on us, is that oppression. You do what I say, or we're putting you in a concentration camp, or we're putting you in jail, or we're going to make life hard for you. But no, they can't get away with it here because there are people like you and us that will say no, that will stand up and say, I prefer to die on my feet than to live on my knees. Freedom and liberty is important. And it was African Americans, and it was Mexican Americans, and it was Irish Americans, and it was Polish Americans that died on the fields overseas for our liberties. All of us, all of us. You came to the United States. If you're not indigenous American, then you came to the United States and you have profited from the dream that was put forward in the Constitution. And that's what we base our trust in the Constitution. And all those people like Pam Bondi and Steve Miller and all of them need to remember that their oath is not to Donald Trump. It is to the Constitution, and they serve us, not Donald Trump. We are seeing corruption in our federal government beyond anything we have ever seen in my life. And I was born when Eisenhower was president. And I've never seen such corruption, where a president tells people he's going to make money, where he tells people he's going to do something corrupt and has no shame at all about it. I've never in my life have I seen it. I'm so sorry for you young people that have grown up during this time. I grew up during the time of John Fitzgerald Kennedy and Lyndon Baines Johnson. I am part of Lyndon's Great Society because I had opportunities to get an education, because I came out of poverty but had an opportunity to work and make my own money and make my own way and make my own future. And you should have that opportunity also. One of the most important things, and even if you are not of age to vote, please get your parents to vote, get your cousins to vote, get your tias to vote, get your grandmothers to the booth. It is the last sword that we have in this fight, and it is the most important thing for us. And it's an important thing for them, because all they're worried about is keeping their job, keeping their chauffeur, keeping their prestige, keeping their titles. That's what they're worried about. They're worried about self-preservation, not about the people.
Awesome!
That's right, and we don't want that anymore.
No more sellouts.
No, ya no. I want to turn, the governor lives right over there, and he would turn over there, and every time I say Greg Abbott, say, we won't go. Greg Abbott.
We won't go.
Greg Abbott.
We won't go.
Greg Abbott.
We won't go.
Not now or ever. He will not stop democracy. Trump will not stop democracy. And you are proof of that. So I'm very, very proud to be here with you and to share with you this time when we stand up for liberty, when we stand up for freedom, when we stand up for our democracy. Viva America!
Remember the Alamo? I talked to the house rep and told her I was we didn't settle that shit right away. I'm like this far from suing them and getting paid. They're about to pay. Yeah, I'll take their money if they want to give it.
Okay, next we have Charlotte Garcia. She's a student from ACC.
First and foremost, let's make some noise for Hands Off Central Texas, CHU, UJM, and No King Street for helping us be here today. My name is Charlotte Garcia. I'm a 17-year-old student at ACC. Y'all ready back? We are here today to stand up for equality for everybody, regardless of papers, documented or not. Now, we've seen people's comments online saying, "Now we don't even know what we're protesting for, and we just want to walk out of school." And we are here to tell you that we know. We know that civil rights are for everybody, regardless of religion, race, age, or sexuality. We know that people are getting kidnapped and murdered by our own government. We know because we saw the videos. We believe our eyes and not their lies. These horrific and cruel acts are not only an attack on immigrants, they're an attack on everyone who calls himself American. We will not be silenced. We will speak up for those who cannot. We will not give up. We will persevere. And we will not give in until we see liberty and justice for all. And when I say all, I mean everybody. Now, who here has a job? I got a job. Y'all got jobs? Let me hear you. Who here has a job? Who here pays taxes? Who here is sick and tired of our tax dollars being used to kidnap innocent people and children? Who here wants to do something about it? Now, we are the change. We may be young, but united here we stand to not only make a change, but to be the change. Now, we are here to be peaceful. We will not stoop down to their level. We will not resort to threats, violence, and death. Peaceful protests should never end in death. Rest in peace to all of those who have lost their lives at the hands of ICE. That's all. Thank you. Now let's hear it for Joanne and Amari Sanchez.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Amara Sanchez. And I'm Joanne. And we at Cerrado High School. Today we stand together to bring awareness to the brutality of ICE. Over the past month, we have seen so many tragedies take place, which started in Minnesota, and we are now seeing all over the United States. Many Americans.
have done and continue to do. Yes, we know what I stands for. Every day, parents wake up early to provide for their families. Children wake up to go to school, to learn, to build a future. Yet many of these people are taken and held in detention centers where they do not belong. I've seen comments online, and I'll be honest, some of them made me laugh. Not because they were right, but because they revealed something important. We struck a nerve. When people feel compelled to respond or to criticize or to push back, this is how you know change is being challenged. That's how you know this work all the way from Travis County to Williamson County matters. I have watched grown adults dismiss real human suffering by pointing to statistics and literacy of school, as if numbers alone couldn't justify cruelty. But perhaps those numbers would look different if our government invested in education, in community, and in opportunity, rather than spending massive about billions of dollars on detention centers. Instead of funding classrooms, we fund cages. Instead of supporting families who came here to work hard and do it, we lock them away. A major part of all our protests and our fight for change is when we chose to act during the school day. We've all heard the criticism, why not protest on weekends? Why do it during school hours? Or we're just trying to skip class. Today, we silence those arguments. We are here on President's Day, a day which we don't have school, and but it's also a day that's meant to honor the leaders who shaped this nation and values they claim to uphold. Freedom, opportunity, gratitude, pride, and hope. Yet today, many of those promises feel very, very broken. Instead of freedom, people are being locked away. Instead of opportunity, millions of taxpayer dollars are being spent on detention centers. Instead of unity, communities are divided. Families are being separated, and futures are being put on hold. I know I don't want my future to be put on hold. Neither do I. This is not the America we learned about in our classrooms. This is not the country celebrated in our textbooks. We did not walk out, supported them. Thank you. Thank you for believing in your children, in our communities, and in a future that demands courage. We stand here not just to protest, but in hope, because history shows that real change has always begun with those brave enough to speak when silence was expected. It's not left versus right, it's us versus them. If any of you here are interested in getting registered about, please see this man here. He will help you. We need you to go. It is necessary. We need to be the change. Do not just stand here waiting for it to get better. Be better, okay? Thank you. Even if you are 17 years old. You are 17 years old and 10 months, he will help you, okay? Let's hear it for him right here. Thank you all for coming out today to show support and protest against this terrible injustice that our government has done to us, all right? Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Me la voy a llevar a todas con VIP, ay, vamos a positivo,
I watched what's her name? I really don't feel like if I was there, I would say what's going on, most of the government pedophile, I would not. I was arrested once. 2 weeks ago, I beat up a woman in the street. For a rule, violating what people let them go. go after beating them up. And you're working there over them. You're supposed to be regulating these camps. Every time I'm here, the GPS officer harassing every day. Harassing me today. Every day that I come here, they harass me. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of accountability. Run around with AR-15s, you can't have a flagpole, I can't have a megaphone, but they got AR-15s. I can't be safe from everyone that's bad, but they got AR-15s. Our construct laws. And all those cops, all those GPS, might be logo, all those something colors, you know, they're all MAGA.
Oye, muchacho, el diablo, claro. Suéltate más vivir que tú tienes en la calle. Búscate una mujer seria así. Muchacho, el diablo.
Yo quisiera enamorarme.
Hey, Billy Joel's like the rich people, you know?
No, they live in
Really?
Yo quisiera enamorarme.
He's been there for what? 12 years now. 8 years? 12? He kept going to his work term.
Yeah, he's supposed to be better than W. Better than Rick Perry. I mean, we just had a whole line. We just had a whole line of diarrhea.
Hay que llevarse crédito, aburrido, que no está
See you later, Flores.
a la casa también.
Got some music here.
Just to let you know how long racism's been going here. Here's your Confederate, Southern Federate, foreign following state withdrawing from the Union for slavery. This stupid fucking thing's still here. This is a memorial to all the Nazi scum clan fucks that died for white supremacy.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting stuff.
It's disgusting.